Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to B-Speed Racing Network. Want to welcome everybody here for the Apex E-Series Showdown, and tonight taking on the tricky triangle, the Pocono Raceway. Want to welcome everybody. Thank y'all very much for joining us. Hope y'all like the new dubs. Looking forward to a lot of fun here tonight. Going to be a long one, so settle in. Go get you a couple drinks. You're not going to need more than just one, but we're going to have a good time. I want to welcome y'all to the new channel, the new dubs. Everything looks a little bit different, but it's a good thing. It's a real good thing. Rebel Racing Network has changed its name to V-Speed Racing Network, joining a group of guys. It's just unbelievable. A great group of broadcasters, all kinds of really great people, and so happy to be joined up with them. But enough of that. Let's talk about tonight. Of course, tonight we are sponsored by, as always, Apex Sim Racing Custom Gear. So definitely go check them out here, apexsimracing.com. They got a lot of stuff. But go check those out. Definitely want to thank them for being the main title sponsor here tonight. Let's check out Pocono Raceway. Of course, we all know 3 turns, normal 4 turns at ovals, but a little bit of a different feel here tonight, as we'll be taking on the Tricky Triangle, Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Opened in 1968, capacity of 76,000 people and a length of 2.5 miles. So you're looking at a very, very tough track to be fast on, especially in the trucks, as man, it is so tough with it being so momentum based. You have to get off the throttle, get right back on the throttle, and you can't waste any time. And speaking of not wasting any time, we're going to jump right into the grid, see where everybody is starting here tonight. Now let's go ahead and get into the grid and see who's going to be the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. Starting on the front row is Tracy Passons. He'll be a Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner as we get into the Low Cash Motorsports starting grid. Ray Rogers going to start in the second position. We're really happy to see that, as Ray kind of always starts in the back. So good to see him up front. He's going to start outside the front row. Starting in row number 2 is Chris McLean and Charles Stevens Jr. Row number 3 is Willie Evernham and Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Row number 4 is Chris Bedwell and Dana Shepard. Starting in 9th is Matt Rogers and Kip Easley in the number 8 Chevy Silverado. Starting in 11th is Alan Smith, and starting in 12th is George C. Williams. Last week's winner, Alan Nash, having a little tough to start here tonight. He'll be rolling off in the 13th position, and Tony Edgerton will be running in 14th. And then bringing up the rear of the field is James Kunkel with a 55.835 in his Chevy Silverado in that 48 machine. Looking to see him move up through the field. So that is your grid tonight as we get ready to get rolling. As they're getting gridded up, let's talk a little bit about the weather tonight, as it's going to be pretty nice. The air temperature is 79 degrees. Track temp 101 is going to be a little spicy out there, but I think these guys will be able to handle it just fine. 120, 125 would be pretty tough, but I think 100-degree track temp is just about right. So we'll see how that goes for those drivers as we are getting rolling here. Tracy Passon's going to lead us down to the green flag. And, he had a great finish last week. And speaking of great finish, let's go back and let's look at the standings for this week. See where everybody's at. Chris Bedwell, your current points leader with 541 points. Charles Stevens, 17 points back. Garrett Kinder, 31 points back. He's not here tonight, so we're missing a bunch of guys that are up here in the points. So expect to see some people be able to make up some spots. So looking, be paying attention to that. Excuse me, good Lord, as there'll be some shakeup in the points department. Let's talk about the race analysis. Of course, we know we're at the tricky triangle, but you want to make sure that you keep tabs on this. Fixed setup, 70 laps, 1 fast repair, 2 green-white checkers if we need them, and I hope we don't need them. But with this field, about 15 drivers, it's a good-sized field. Should lend itself to some green flag racing. So we'll see how that all plays out as we get ready to get this thing rolling. Tracy Pass is going to lead them through turns 3 and 4. And we're going to have 70 laps here at Pocono, and boy, it's going to be a good time. Barney's got the green flag in hand. We're going to get ready to go here tonight. And green flag is out. Good start here for Tracy Passons. Is man, we are in for a long one here tonight. So whoever is going to be able to, you see somebody, Chris Bedwell, all the way down to the bottom here early as they go too wide into turn 1. Tracy Passons is going to have the lead so far, and looks like Chris McLean going to follow him right along as they're going to head down the long straightaway here into the tunnel turn. Not the longest straightaway, but it is extremely long. You want to stay on top of it, keep the momentum up, as Ray Rogers is going to hold off Chris McLean and settle in that second position. So far, so good throughout the field. As they come roaring out of turn number 2 and head down into very tricky turn 3. Well, all right. 1 lap in the books, and we've got quite a few more to go, as Ray Rogers already looking to maybe make a move here, as it looks like Chris Bedwell goes to the inside of the 88 of Charles Stevens. Already trying to make moves, but Charles able to hold on to that top side. Since the repave, that outside line's been very, very competitive, especially in turn 1. So you'll see some guys be able to make a lot of moves there, and maybe make it hold on the outside, where everywhere else you basically working right on the bottom. 3-4 can be a little bit tricky as we go on board with Ray Rogers. You see what Neil likes to do. Both of these drivers kind of going straight down to the bottom there early. You can see some guys, you will see some guys maybe attempt to run the higher line. So pay attention to that throughout the race, especially as the tires start to wear. Remember, Ray Rogers with a nice little run right here. You know, Ray Rogers is kind of like a big lion, big cat of some sort. You know how cats, they don't really just go in there and eat, they find the kill and eat it immediately like a bear or something. Ray Rogers is the type of guy, he likes to play with his food a little bit before he eats it. And so he won't make a pass on this. They're following, waiting for you to make a mistake and take advantage of it. And so right here, he feels like he's faster, but just kind of taking it easy here on Tracy, putting pressure on him, see if he makes a mistake. If he does, Ray will be there to jump on him real quick. So keep an eye out on this battle as we go check out. All the way back here, your top 2, about the closest at the moment as we go back here to Dana Shepard, who is right behind Kip Easley trying to make something happen. Dana Shepard in that 43 machine. Goes down to the inside, going to make a move here on that Walmart number 8 Chevrolet. Kip, though, going to hold on to that outside line, keep the throttle in it as they come off the corner. And Dana not able to do anything just yet, as got a pass for the lead. 51 of Ray Rogers looks down to the inside. He is going to try to make that happen, but man, Tracy holds strong on the outside of the tunnel turn. That's really impressive. So these trucks are really gripped up. 100 degree seems to be the sweet spot, because Ray Rogers tried to make it happen, just could not do it. And as we go back to third place, Chris Bedwell now looking to the inside. Chris Bedwell, that's your points leader. He started 7th already, up to 3rd position. As Chris going to fight hard on the outside. As Ray Rogers going to look down to the inside, pass for the lead here. got the position, but wow, that top side is very, very strong. You see Chris Bedwell not able to complete his pass as well. So Ray Rogers going to fall back, and Chris Bedwell now side by side with Chris McLean again. It seems like it's very difficult to complete these passes. We've seen guys go to the top side, not be able to complete a pass, go to the bottom, not be able to complete a pass, and so it just seems like it is very, very tough out there to make something happen. The side-by-side battling has allowed Chris McLean to sort of run up behind these fellas, so it doesn't take long for that to happen. And now it is a 4, 5, 6 truck battle here for the lead. Here comes Chris McLean to the outside, looking to the outside of Ray Rogers. Really nowhere to go there, so he's just trying to fill the gap and not lose any positions. Bidwell going to get into the wall right as we change the camera to him. So that's not going to help you get down the Long Pond straightaway. Whatever it's called. Definitely lost all confidence in this set. Guys trying to be patient here. You can see it's already tough. Maybe a little bit of damage to the 95 machine, the points leader. You have to be careful. You do have a fast repair, but you want to be careful and not really hurt your truck too much, as we still got a battle for the lead. Ray Rogers still looking down to the inside. Tracy fighting hard, but it seems like it's just a matter of time, as Ray has been just unstoppable here. But they are still side by side for the lead here on lap 7, and Tracy is going to get the run off the corner. And look at that. I might have said turn 4. Well, now Ray is in trouble as he has fallen back into the clutches of Chris McLean. That's a tough thing, is you're not able to make those passes. It can quickly become an issue where someone else is willing to jump up there and take it from you. But man, very difficult to pass. The only person that's been able to make passes up here at the front has been Chris Bedwell, who has moved up 3. Oh, Tracy Pass is going to get into the wall a little bit there. Make sure there's no damage. That could be catastrophic. The new damage model seems to be a little bit more forgiving, so we'll see if that's the case. Tracy got it pretty good there, so we'll see if that hurts him. Ray Rogers can get another run here down the straightaway. Looks down to the inside, not quite able to do it. Just need to be able to use the whole tracks and get off the gas pretty early. He's going to try to set him up for a pass into the tunnel turn. He broke early, tried to get it slowed up. He has a massive run, and here he goes down the straightaway to the tunnel turn. Ray Rogers now again attacking the 53 truck. Toyota versus Ford. We need a Chevrolet up here, but Tracy's doing a dang good job up on the outside, trying to make it hold, and he is, through that tunnel turn, able to hang on to it. So far, Ray may have him here. He's almost got him cleared, but Tracy going to drive into the outside. Can he hold that 53 truck? Is he burning the tires up? New leader, Ray Rogers, but here comes Tracy. He ain't playing around. Goes down to the inside of the 51 truck. This battle is not over. I'd love to show some more trucks, but these guys are racing their guts out. We love it. Stage break at lap 20, so these guys will be racing. That's maybe why they're driving so hard. Want to get those stage points if you can. Top 5 will score stage points, and it is a cluster you-know-what up front. Good grief. And Tracy's doing an amazing job, man, I have to say, holding off Ray Rogers. What a great battle. Normally in Pocono, you'd think you're going to see some some kind of spread out racing, but this has been just unbelievable. Tracy still with the run off the top side. He is still going to lead this lap. So Tracy not playing around. Here comes Bedwell down to the inside. He wants to play 3 wide as we go into turn 1. And now Bedwell, your points leader, showing why he is the points leader. Go down to the inside. We've seen that top side be pretty dominant. We'll see. Oh, my goodness, and Ray Rogers gasses it up. He's going to go to the outside of Tracy here with a great move. What an impressive move by Ray Rogers. He put on that was a show right there. I think I'm going to write that down in my journal. Ray Rogers did an awesome move to the outside on July 13th, and it really impressed me. So the 51 goes out front, finally able to make that pass, and there he is. Ray Rogers took him 11 laps here at Pocono to get around Tracy Passage. What a great battle. But here, he's going to set sail. That's dangerous for the whole field, as if you let Ray Rogers get out front, especially at a track like this, you might be in trouble. So he's going to lead a lap finally, and now the battle for this second position is Tracy maybe starting to fall back a little bit. You see Ray Rogers starting to pull away now. So Tracy might have abused those tires now. I think Tracy is a great driver. He's extremely fast. Had a great run last week, but he is known to burn the tires up just a little bit. Gets a little excited early on in the race. Of course, we do have a stage, so might as well burn them up, but we'll see how hard he was on those tires. Man, look back here. We've got a whole slew of drivers joining. I mean, it is it's to 8th place, Kip Easley. It is 1.7 seconds from 1st to 8th. I mean, these guys are tight. Let's go to the webcam screen, see what Kip Easley's looking like. I mean, confident. Looks like he is ready to roll. He's got to get that Walmart truck up a little bit closer. He's still got the draft. He's about half a second off of Matt Rogers in that 96 machine. But there's so much battling going up. He's actually struggling a little bit there in the turn with that front end, sliding those front tires. You saw that wheel go all the way to the left, about 90 degrees. So you can definitely tell he's a little bit tight at this point. But still a long way to go. We'll get a stage break. Get that those 4 tires on it and get moving back forward. Check in with Charles Stevens Jr. as he's currently inside the top 5. Started 4th, but trying to maintain. Bedwell able to move his way up through here pretty easily, but everybody else has just been holding steady. We'll go back to the 9th position. We got Chuck Phelps in that 75 machine. Now, he has dropped back more than anybody. He is currently down 3 spots from where he started, so struggling a little bit here, trying to defend here. He's got 2 guys, especially 2 fast fellows behind him. Alan Nash, Dana Shepard. Alan Nash, last week's winner at the road course with an amazing battle with Garrett Kinder. Comes away with the win. Right now he is fighting with Dana Shepard as Chuck trying to stop the bleeding and try to hang on to these positions for this stage break. Alan Nash going to get a run here. Thought about maybe taking it to the inside. He's going to look. Chuck's been giving him the outside or the inside, so Allen going to look down to the inside and try to make this run move. We've seen this run off of that corner, turn number 3, be tough. You see Chuck holding strong there on the outside, so Chuck really battling, trying to hang on to these spots, but I think he's in trouble here as Allen going to get down to the inside here in turn 1, and he's going to take over that 9th position. So there's your webcam drivers. But the battle here for second place continues on. Now Ray Rogers out about half a second over these guys. So these guys are battling, but they are not letting him get away. But the points leader, Chris McLean, they have been going back and forth for the last 5 laps. It's really impressive to watch these guys. This track can be a snooze fest sometimes, but it looks like the truck and the track combo working really, really well here. McLean looks down to the inside. how much off throttle they're having to do. Tracy's going to get a little high here. Have to be careful. Don't want to get in the wall. That's going to slow him up and allow Bedwell to get down to the inside. So your pole sitter is starting to fall back quickly. It seems like he is really struggling. You saw him slide the front tires up the track. Oh, he's going to get close to the wall. Woo, Tracy hanging on to it. That truck is not driving good right now. He is just begging for that stage break. Now your points leader, Chris Bedwell, up 4 positions for where he started. Tracy going to look back down to the inside. Tracy ain't going to hang out and just chill. He is up here battling. It looked like he was going the wrong direction. Gets a little draft there, and all of a sudden, boom, he's right back in. Let's go on board with Charles Stevens. I mean, we can go pretty much any camera angle, and we got some battles here on D-Speed. You see Tracy not able to make that pass, and Charles Stevens had a nice run there. Going to let off early, kind of like what Ray Rogers did. Go get on the throttle a little bit sooner so you get the run. Try to make a move down into turn number 3, but man, passing just looks to be extremely difficult as Chris Bedwell trying to make something happen here, but Ray Rogers starting to pull away. He is all by himself at this point. 1.3 second lead over Chris McLean, and lap by lap continues to pull away. Last lap was a 56.499, so a 56.5, and Chris McLean a 56.570. So Ray Rogers just the tiniest bit faster. He's the fastest truck on the track. That clean air will do that to you, as he definitely looked like he was pretty quick early, just being patient, trying to get around Tracy passing. Once he did, it was over. So we're trying to see who's got something here, who's learning. You know, having a stage break is nice because you really get a chance to really feel the truck out. All right, did what I planned to do in practice. Is that what I need to do? Am I running the right line? Am I getting on the gas when I need to? All of those factors you're learning right here. And if you maybe with Tracy Passings and you didn't hit on it just right, well, hey, once the caution comes out, you'll have a chance to go back in there and readjust on lap 20, which is coming up pretty soon. So. But after that, I think you better be ready to roll and have your strategy figured out, because it is going to be a little bit too late, especially if you let Ray Rogers get out front. Everybody in chat, let me know how the audio is. One thing I want to get perfect tonight. I want to know that the engine sounds. You can hear all the trucks. You can in-car, out of the car, all those things, and then make sure that my mic doesn't overrun the rest of the broadcast. So let me know in chat how that sounds, and I'll adjust it as needed. But across the line, Ray Rogers is going to take the stage win. Your stage 1 winner, Ray Rogers, with a fantastic battle. Chris McLean going to come home in second. Chris Bedwell third. Tracy Passings holds on to that 4th position. Charles Stevens is going to take the final points paying position here in the first stage. So, man, great racing there. That was awesome. I'm looking forward to the second stage if it's going to be like that. Well, I'll tell you what, let's bring Ray Rogers up into the booth. Let's talk to him and see what he thought about that first run. Let's get him up here. Ray, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy? Hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Ray, well, an amazing first drive. You had a tough time getting around Tracy there, just trying to be patient. And finally had a pretty nice little move there to get around him. Talk a little bit about that battle and getting that stage win.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. But it's hard to pass when everybody's sort of on fresh tires. But I knew if I just kept working him over, he'll eventually, have to give up. And he made that one little mistake going into turn one, I think, and I was able to just kind of power around him on the outside.
Well, it seemed like these trucks are fun to drive. When you got out front, what did you notice was a whole lot different? Did you feel like the aero was a big deal when it got out front? Did you feel the handling change at all?
Not really. It didn't feel any different. Even when I was behind him, it kind of felt the same. I couldn't tell a difference. But it's just nice to be out front. You're not battling anybody, so you can use the whole track to yourself. So it's definitely a lot nicer.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about Pocono. It seems like it's one of your favorite tracks. Talk a little bit about Pocono and what you like about it.
I just like it because it has, 3 unique turns. Every turn's a little different. You got to enter, you got to come to the corner with a little different mindset, breaking points, and it's just a little challenge, and I like it.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations on the stage win. You're going down pit road. We'll let you go. Have a great race.
All right, bud. Thank you, man.
Ray Rogers, your stage one winner. Just an amazing drive with a fantastic move. But now we got pit road starting to heat up as Ray Rogers is going to pull them down. Everybody going to come down pit road here. Nobody's going to stay out. Come get those 4 tires and that fuel and get this thing. If you need to look at your tires, see what your tire percentage looks like. Maybe need to make a little adjustment on your driving style. All those things factor in right now. They got 4 tires in the race, 4 sets of tires, excuse me. So this will be their second. That means they'll have 2 more. So something to think about as we watch this race off pit road. Ray Rogers is going to take it, no problem. As looks like McLean going to come out in third, Tracy Bassett in fourth. So not really that much movement on pit road. Everybody comes out pretty much where they started, and you can see they can hit that blue cone right there, get right up on the track. So 22 out of 70 here so far, and, I got to say the track's looking real racy tonight. The truck looking like it's pretty fun to drive, but passing seems to be pretty difficult. It seems like you can get runs, seems like you can get down to the inside, but completing the pass, you really need to be able to use all the track. You just scrub so much speed. We saw Ray Rogers have to really work over Tracy, be smart, be patient, and take the opportunities that he was given. And so it's not going to come easy. You might run a guy down, but you're really going to struggle to get around him. So if you get an opportunity, if a guy slips and you're thinking, well, I'll just let him catch it, no, you got to take that spot now if you're planning on winning this race. Pocono is one of those tracks that's just a fun-to-drive track. Ray Rogers said it. You just get out there and you're racing the track, kind of like Darlington, a few tracks, Dover. There's certain tracks that are, Charlotte. It's not really fun to drive. It just feels very one line, one particular way of driving. Just doesn't offer a whole lot of challenge if you're by yourself. To me, that's the sign of a good track. When you can go out by yourself and it's just you, nobody else around you, and you get out there just turning laps and you're having fun doing it, I think that's a sign of a good track. And Pocono is one of those where there's so much time to be had by perfecting that line, hitting everything just right. And it is a tightrope to keep the speed, the momentum up. I mean, it's a 2.5-mile track, and you're on throttle. A lot of the time you go down in the corner. As soon as you feel like the truck is set, you're back on the throttle, and that run's going to last you all the way down into the middle of the next corner as you really dive off in these corners. So just a fun technical track. They call it the Tricky Triangle for a reason, and we see now why. It's just it's a lot of fun. So going to take the green on lap 24 of 70, so still a long way to go. If you need to brew you a coffee, maybe grab an energy drink, something, whatever your poison is, you might need to get that done as we're getting ready to come green here. Well, Rogers has shown he is the man to beat here early, as he was, pretty much right there on the lead the whole time. Is anybody going to get up there and battle? Chris Bedwell made up 5 spots, pretty much the only guy besides Kip Easley who has been able to make up a ton of spots. James Kunkel up 5 spots as well. So some drivers really making up some ground. But up front, Chris Bedwell has been the only one that's been able to successfully make a bunch of passes. Now he's up front on the front row. As green flag comes out, we can see what he's got for Ray Rogers, if he's got anything. Right now he's going to have to fight with Chris McLean, who gets a fantastic jump there on the inside. It's going to almost clear Bedwell down into 1 and 2. Chris McLean going to dive down to the inside of the 51. Is he going to be able to make that stick? And he is. That's really impressive by Chris McLean as Ray Rogers goes a little wide off the corner, but he's going to have the run down the straightaway, and he's got the push there from Chris Bedwell. So Bedwell will really know where to go here as they go down into the tunnel turn here. Bedwell going to fall back in behind the 5, try to get as good of a run as he can off the corner, and Ray Rogers able to clear off that top side, the 5 machine. So Ray Rogers back out to the lead as Chris McLean tries to set his sights back on that 51 truck, who's already got a 0.4 of a second lead after the tunnel turn. So Chris McLean, Bedwell, I don't think had a great turn 2, and that's really allowed Ray Rogers to start to pull away. And I don't think anybody wants to see that happen, except for Ray Rogers. Battle here for very similar looking trucks. You got the Winn-Dixie Ford with the Texaco Ford, and Tracy flirting with that wall over and over again. He has gotten so close. Tracy, though, we've seen him be extremely fast here early. See if he can run down, get around Charles Stevens Jr., and get back towards the front maybe. We'll go back here, watch this battle. Willie Evernham and Dana Shepard. Alan Smith just gets around him. Willie Evernham putting pressure back on these group of drivers. See the number 3, Alan Smith, in that Sugar Time Chevrolet on the outside as George Williams maybe gets a little bit loose there on new tires. That's something to be, think about when you go down and get freshies, is that they don't takes them a lap or 2 to get up to their optimal temp and have the grip that they need. So George got a little bit loose there. Let's see if he can keep that under, keep that right rear under. Now, Willie has had some trouble. He has gone down. He went down pit road a couple of times. So I don't know if that's a fuel strategy or if there's something he didn't like. But he started 5th, and he has been going backwards ever since. Willie just struggling to find some handling on this truck and not going in the right direction at all. So don't know if he, like I said, don't know if he did a fuel strategy move there. Because I think he went down pit road a couple times, so giving up that track position, try to get an extra lap or 2 of fuel, that could pay off for him, so we'll see. Throughout the field, a lot of really close racing. Bedwell, though, starting to creep up on the back bumper of Chris McLean. Bedwell started outside the front row on that restart, but McLean able to get around him, so now Bedwell is going to have to fight to get around that 5 machine, who has been just as strong as all these 3 drivers have been really strong. Tracy, really strong early, but started to fall off towards the end of the run, but these 3 drivers have been able to make it happen. Now, this is going to be the longest run, assuming we don't have a caution of the race. So how will these guys handle that? Battle here between Alan Nash, James Kunkel, and Kip. As the 48 almost goes around, gets extremely loose off the corner there. And, that's a broadcaster curse. Sorry about that. As soon as I turn the camera on him, he gets sideways, but a great save to keep that 48 truck, that Valvoline Chevrolet, under him. But that was a scary moment for Kunkel there. Good grief. That is a Code Brown moment if I've ever seen it. show you in the picture-in-picture maybe what happened. Kunkel, as we already see, he's already getting loose there, backing up. You're going to see him just get on the throttle a little bit too much, have to kind of lock it down. Able to save it, but he loses a ton of spots there. Up front, the battle for second rages on. Chris Bedwell just continuing to put pressure as they're both sideways off the corner. Oh, Bedwell going to get right to the back bumper. You can see it, just a chess match to try to make these passes. Bedwell looks like he's got the speed that he needs to get around him, but just not able to make it happen just yet. I'll look down to the inside here. We've seen this happen multiple times. That top line be extremely fast. Bedwell's going to have a nice run down here through into turn one. He's actually going to stay up in the middle groove, make McLean work outside that that rubbered area, but you see the top side just able to keep the momentum up, and McLean able to hold off that 95 machine. So frustrating to not be able to make a pass on someone you may think you're faster than, but just seems like you need to be able to use the whole track or you just scrub too much speed off. So the 95 continually trying to get around this 5 machine, just not able to do it. Ray Rogers out to a 1.2 second lead. He's not that much faster than these guys right here, but he is enough every lap that he is starting to pull away ever so slightly. I feel like Bedwell thinks he's faster. It's just hard to say with the draft, you know, because Bedwell get out front of McLean, and then all of a sudden he is going to be able to clear him here for second place. So McLean not able to keep it going, as he is going to clear. He's going to be able to clear the 5 truck. So move Bedwell up to second. Now does he have the speed to run down? Did he burn his tires up trying to get around the 5 truck, Chris McLean? Or I think we're about to find out if Bedwell. I mean, you see, we went to green. I mean, we've been on these set of tires for about 10 laps. So we've been eight laps of green flag racing, and that's how long it took for Chris Bedwell, who started second at the start of stage 2. It took him that long to get around Chris McLean. So I'd be interested to see if maybe 2 tires or something like that would be something. If we get a late race caution, is somebody be able to hold somebody off, especially for a green-white checkered attempt. I think that might be something worth thinking about. Taking it on James Kunkel as we got a battle right in front of him. Skip Beasley, Alan Nash. Matt Rogers right behind him. Not quite able to make it happen just yet, but Allen seems to be pretty quick. He started all the way in the back. Just a horrible qualifying effort. Ooh, when he gets really, really loose. Oh, so does Kip. He's going to go down to the inside, going to lose some speed down the straightaway into the tunnel turn. Both these drivers really getting on it. We're going to watch this and see how Allen's going to set this pass up. You see he's got to get off the gas, then slowly get back on throttle. Be careful to not push up to the wall and get into the wall here, but you have to carry the speed down the straightaway here Going to be aided by the draft. Not getting as good. He didn't get a great run off that corner. Going to go down the tunnel turn. This is the turn you got to nail. You miss this one, you miss the whole lap. And you see Kip Easley gets a little bit better run through the tunnel turn. So, aero can be sort of a problem in the tunnel turn as you're really trying to get that front end to point. And if you don't get that thing pointed, it can be very, very tough. And you see Allen really gets a good run through turns 3, but just not close enough to make anything happen here. See the run that he gets down into the corner. Hard on the brakes. Got that brake bias dialed to get that truck to turn. It gets on the gas. You see it gets on the gas just a little bit too early. And that really hurt his run. He had to scrub speed off the corner. So you see just what he's trying to do. Get on the gas so he can get the run down to the tunnel turn. But got on the gas just a little bit too early. And had to fight the truck off the corner, which just hurts the right front even more. So you could just see how difficult it is to make a pass on somebody, and you only have so many opportunities. If you miss a corner, it almost takes a whole lap for you to get the opportunity to get back by him. So up here for the 4th position, Tracy Passon's all over the back bumper of Charles Stevens Jr. Going to try to get that 53 truck back up into maybe a podium position. He gets a nice little run here. Tracy's been fast the last couple of weeks, so we'll take a look at the points again just to see where everybody's at. And you could see Tracy Passon's back in 15th place in points, so he would love to get a win for sure. As you see, Chris Bedwell with that 1 win, Garrett Kendrick with 3, Kip Easley's got the 1, McLean with 3. Chris Carroll with 3, 1. Alan Nash, Aaron Adcock's got 1 as well. So, been a lot of parity here this season in Apex. Tracy's like, well, why not me? Of course, right now, though, Ray Rogers is looking to be that driver as he is continuously pulling away lap after lap. Bedwell a little bit faster that last lap, 1.5 seconds, but they have really pulled away from Chris McLean in that 3rd place. Ray Rogers, 27 laps led so far as and he's really putting on a clinic here. Now Bedwell starting to pull away from that 2nd pack as well. It's got a battle back here. Alan Nash, Kip Easley. Alan finally has gotten the run down to the inside. And let's see if Kip can hold him off. Kip going to try to hold him off on that outside line, which we've seen that be extremely strong, man. It's impressive to see. And it's really fun. It's really fun when somebody's trying to pass you and you're like, nope, you're not going to pass me. I'm going to hold the top side. You ain't going to do it. You really get the run down the straightaways. Kip going to get a nice run here, but I got to say, Allen doing a real good job here. Chevy versus Ford, that's what we love to see. Kip going to drive it down on that middle line, try to keep the tires above that seam and keep that run going. He's able to do it. And he is successfully holding off Alan Nash right now, who is desperate to get around this 8 truck. But, man, great racing. I mean, you love to see this. This is what you come to the racetrack for to watch as a viewer. I mean, the drivers, it's frustrating. But as a viewer, this is what we love to see. Guys close in speed and make them have to work for it. Don't make it easy. Of course, these guys not going to move or bump each other out of the way. Real respectful as they get real close there. Alan Nash continuously trying to get around this number 8 machine. He's just not able to do it. I love it. Down into turn 1 again. They've been side by side for 2 laps here as we try to stay on this battle. Allen gets a good run on entry there. Going to maybe try to slide up in front of him. Not going to be able to do it. So Kip holds on to this spot. still side by side through the tunnel turn. Alan Nash going to be able to do the slider here, but here comes Kip Easley back down to the inside. He said, nope, not going to do that to me. I'm going to take another shot at you, but Alan Nash going to be able to clear him. And now Kip, maybe he'll get the draft and maybe try to get back around 27 car. But what a great battle. Man, what a fantastic battle. We go back here and watches Dana Shepard tries to get around the 96 machine of Matt Rogers. Going to dive down to the inside. 43 has dropped a few spots from the start of the race, but a big fan favorite. Dana Shepard is, so we got to show him on camera. You see he started in the 8th position, currently battling for 10th. Got James Kunkel, who almost went around earlier, trying to work his way back up through the field. Dana goes down to the inside off of the tunnel turn here. Going to have a nice run. Matt Rogers didn't get a great run off the corner. Actually going to touch the wall just a little bit. So Dana Shepard back into the top 10. That 43 truck looking good and looking fast, as he's going to set his sights on Chuck. You can see as soon as you get out front, now all of a sudden the draft is, look at Matt Rogers, maybe thinking about trying to make a move, but here comes James Kunkel down to the inside of Matt. Kunkel going to get a little bit of that apron. You see that kind of upset the truck, and not able to get the run off the corner just that little bit. And you see how much it's hurting him. Look at Matt Rogers continuously pulling away. All the way into the tunnel turn. So what he gained on entry of 1, he lost. Gets a good turn 2 there. Going to get a run. See if he can make this pass. He's going to have a nice run right here. Matt's going to kind of lean over in that Boba Bowl Toyota Tundra, but here comes James Kunkel down to the inside. He's going to have the inside track. Can Matt Rogers do what everybody else has done and hold him off? No. Kunkel drives it deep into the corner, slides up in front of him, and that's how you get it done here. I think if you're going to win the race, that's what you're going to have to do. Alan Smith's going to get a nice run with these guys battling. So that Trigger Time Chevrolet, going to give Matt Rogers a bump, lifts a little bit. Now he's going to look to the outside to try to make that move. Ooh, way out of the groove. Going to lose a ton of time there, but Allen getting up here trying to battle. This is for the 11th, 12th, and 13th position. Now, go up front. We got battles all over the track. You know, you would think at Pocono you're going to have everything's going to get spread out, but I think with how difficult it is to set up a pass and complete a pass, it causes sort of these, I hate to say roadblocks because that's not what drivers are being. It just sort of causes guys to get stacked up here. Is, oddly enough, seeing McLean fall back a little bit into the clutches of Charles Stevens Jr. This is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I think McLean, we're just so used to seeing him battle for the win that seeing him kind of fall back here through the middle of this run means one of two things. Just Pocono is not his track, or Charles Stevens, Tracy Passons, they're just having a great run. Now to keep you updated on the lead, Ray Rogers, Chris Bedwell had been catching Ray Rogers, but it looked like the last lap, Bedwell had a really bad lap, 57.2 versus Ray Rogers 56.8. Chris Bedwell, the last 5 or 6 laps have been faster than Ray Rogers, but basically all the time that he had gained, he lost there in that one lap. So just, oh man, it's so frustrating as we continue to watch this battle for this 4th position. But yeah, just so frustrating. Like Bedwell doing everything right, and then one bad turn, one bad lap, and now He's got to make all that time back up. As across the line, we'll tell you the laps. Ray Rogers 56.88, and Chris Bedwell at 56.89. So all near identical lap times for your front two runners. As we watch Tracy try to continue to put pressure here on the 88. As Alan Smith goes down to the inside, going to make a pass here on Matt Rogers. Matt Rogers able to get the run and get in front of him before the turn, so that should give him position. Matt going to have a better entry into the corner. They almost make contact there, but able to stay off each other. But Matt starting to fall back here. We'll check in on Alan Nash, who's up into the 6th position. We saw him pass Kip Easley earlier, but look, Kip Easley right on his back bumper. I don't know why I can't say Kip or just Easley. It always runs together. I always have to say Kip Easley. So, but that 8 truck looking good. We got to take her on pit road. Your second place runner going to come down pit road, do a little short pit, do a little undercut, try to take those tires. Tires are going to make a difference. I mean, these guys can run 55 flat, and their last laps was 57. So 2 seconds to fall off is plenty for the undercut to work. So Chris Bedwell coming down. We haven't really seen any issues, where cautions maybe possibly. You see Dana Shepard pulling into pit road as well, along with Tony Edgerton. And so I think this is going to work out in Chris Bedwell's favor. I think I expect to see Ray Rogers come down pit road pretty quickly as Charles Stevens Jr. able to get around McLean. That was last lap. He was able to make that pass. So Charles Stevens doing a great job, but now comes down pit road. We got to be careful. Don't speed here. It is a tough pit road as Ray Rogers comes down pit road. So everybody else comes down after Bedwell. So we'll see what that 1 lap difference is going to mean for that 95 machine of Chris Bedwell, as pretty much everybody comes down pit road. And this is so tough. Green flag pit stops. You'd love to see it. Somebody did not get in their pit stall. Who is that? Is that Charles Stevens? Yeah, Charles Stevens did not get on pit road very well at all. Actually slid through his pit stop. Oh, just so frustrating. We're going to go back and watch it here on the picture-in-picture as we watch Kip Easley, who is on the lead. See Charles Stevens coming into his pit box right here. Going to slides all the way through, then backs up. And they said, no, it's not going to work. You got to get, so he's got to back up and get straight in the box. Oh, just a horrible feeling. Austin Powers in the whatever the heck that thing's called, in that move where he's back and forth. Charles just trying to get in that box so his pit crew services at Chevrolet, but frustrating is Charles Stevens is going to blend back into the 9th position. Kip Easley stays out, James Kunkel as well, but Chris Bedwell with the undercut was able to leapfrog Ray Rogers, and Bedwell now with what will be the lead once Kip Easley and James Kunkel come down pit road. So a fantastic job by that 95 machine, who struggled to get around McLean, but once he was able to get it, he was able to keep up with Ray Rogers a little bit. So now we get to see what he's going to do with clean air. Tires pretty much the same. Let's see if he can hold off who has been the dominant driver, and that's Ray Rogers. So Chris Bedwell has yet to lead a lap, but once these guys pit, would love to get up there and lead one, but Ray already starting to put pressure on him. Well, unfortunately, we've got to pass for the lead here. Down on the inside goes Ray Rogers. Can Bedwell hold it? They're going to both drop really deep into the corner. Bedwell not able to hold him off, and Ray Rogers going to do a slider here. Let's see if Chris Bedwell can come back down to the tunnel turn and make something happen. But this is the battle for the lead, even though they're in 3rd and 4th. Ooh, Bedwell actually elects not to make the move there. Interesting call That's not a call that I would expect, knowing how difficult it is to pass. But he elects to kind of just lift there and let Ray Rogers go on by. So, interesting. Now, these guys all pitted. Oh, he's going to get into the wall there off of turn 3. But they last pitted 4 laps ago, so right around lap 46. You see Kip Easley, James Kunkel, they've been on track for about 28 laps. Which should be plenty. These guys should be able to make it to the end, no doubt about it. So Chris Bedwell knew what he needed. But up front, these guys still holding steady out there. 29 laps on their tires, leading laps. Yep, easily James Kunkel. Interesting to know what the strategy is. They're going to be so behind on tires, they're going to lose a ton of time. But when they come out, they will have easily the freshest tires, so they'll be able to run some guys down. But I really feel like the undercut is the way to go. As there's some now 19 and a half seconds ahead of Ray Rogers, and that is closing quickly. Their last lap was a 57.4. Ray Rogers a 55.1. So over 2 seconds faster per lap. These guys are allowing them to run them back down, and here they come down pit road together. I think this is Nitro Motorsports. Is the 48 machine going to get in pretty hot? Don't know if he made it the pit road speed. And speaking of pit road speed, as these guys come down pit road, that'll give the lead back over to Ray Rogers. Chris McLean got caught speeding on his green flag pit stop. 54 seconds in the box. That is a 40-second hold when you speed under green flag conditions, and he had to wait it out and now finds himself tail end of the field. He's on the lead lap, so that's good, but, man, so disappointing to be up front all race long, have a speeding penalty. We saw those guys getting in on the pit road really hot, trying to get down, get as much as you can, and Chris gets in a little bit too hot, finds himself in the 15th position. Now a caution, it could change everything, but it doesn't seem like, cautions have, they only had a caution for the stage break, so I'm just not sure that that's going to happen. Everybody's been racing extremely clean. So Chuck Pegleg fell to George Williams. Chuck trying to look down to the inside here and make a move on this 40 truck. Going to go down side by side into the tunnel turn, and wow, George Williams way out of the groove. Let's see if Chuck can close. Yeah, he's able to close it out. Look at the runs these guys are getting behind him, though, as he kind of cashed in his speed to make that pass. And here comes Charles Stevens down to the inside. Charles with that not penalty, but, kind of penalized himself by sliding through his pit box, and now he's trying to make up for lost time as he fell way, way back through the field. Now it's battling with Chuck Feltz here for the 5th position. I'm telling you what, Chuck having a fantastic run here. After pit stops, he is running 5th. Just a great run. He was kind of struggling early, but after that stage break, seemed like he made the right adjustments and is doing a good job here. So now, if you're wondering where James Kunkel and Kip Easley fell back to, they fell back to the 12th and 13th position after coming down pit road so late. But they are running pretty fast lap times, but they're back here in the 12th position. We continue to watch this battle as Willie Evernham all over the back bumper of Charles Stevens. Charles is going to look down to the inside of Chuck. Doesn't get a great run, but enough as they go down to the tunnel turn. See if he's able to hold on to it, make something happen here. Side by side. Not quite able to clear the 75 just yet, but here they come off the corner. I said Tuttle turn, but that was definitely turn 3. But a drag race down the front straightaway, and Charles has been really fast. Let's see if he can clear the 75. He's going to try to slide up in front of him a little bit. Oh, and going to get it, but here comes Chuck. He actually, you can see the nervousness on Charles Stevens as he comes off the corner, actually puts his hand up to his mouth as he was like, ooh, I don't know about that one. Chuck goes down to the inside, and now they're still battling here. Charles got the preferred groove, should be able to hold on to that, and he does. And that's going to open the door for Willie Evernham to come down to the inside. Oh, he's going to go to the outside of Chuck. These boys are battling. I love to see this. Off the corner, Charles Stevens is going to pull away a little bit. Now Willie Evernham going to look down to the inside. You know, I'm looking at these cameras. They got big old smiles on their face, man. That's what I love to see. You don't want to see anybody upset or mad. You love to see these guys up here battling, having a good time, and with big old grins on their face. That's why we pay the monthly fee. That's why we buy all the equipment. We jump in here. We got the webcams up. We get a acceptable broadcast to watch. That's why we do it, man, for fun, to bring smiles to your faces, your friends and family. And so you love to see the drivers out there having a good time. That's what it's all about. Ray Rogers, though, with the lead still, as he's got a 1.2 second lead over Chris Bedwell. Chris, we saw him kind of he had a run to maybe try to hold him off or maybe take a shot back at Ray Rogers. But your Stage 1 winner after getting around, I think Bedwell just knew that Ray is just faster. I mean, it's, you show up to the track someday and some days and, you just know you're beat. And I think the whole field kind of sees that at the moment. Ray Rogers has just showed up, and he is the class of the field. There seems to be a couple tiers. Ray Rogers, S tier for sure. Chris Bedwell, A tier. And then you've got a bunch of guys in that A- tier. Tracy Passons, Alan Nash, who's made up 9 spots from where he started. Charles Stevens Jr., Willie, Chuck, James Kunkel, Kip Easley, all those guys pretty much right on top of each other. It's just these front two, man, that really have set themselves apart. But right behind these two is Tracy Passons, who he started on the pole, but fell back a little bit outside the top 5, but currently running in that 3rd position with 12 laps to go. And he is on pace to have a podium finish, which is, really, really good for him. I know he'd like to get a win, but you keep chipping away at these top 3, finishes. I always say if you're getting an interview, it doesn't matter 1st, 2nd, 3rd. If you're getting an interview, you're doing something right. And so we got to interview Tracy last week, and looks like if nothing changes here, we're going to be talking to him again. Got a 3-way battle that we want to check out between George Williams, Matt Rogers, Alan Smith. These guys have been on top of each other. Seemed like the whole race. George Williams kind of falling back a little bit now, it looks like. George's been pretty strong early, but seems to really fall off later in the run as here comes Matt Rogers looking down to the inside. Can he make a move? Can he keep that run going? Let's go on board with Alan Smith. Watch this battle from his perspective. Doing a little weaving back and forth down. I don't know if that's a strategy. There's something to that? I don't know. But he's doing a little weaving back and forth down the straightaway, going to get to the back bumper of Alan Smith. See, just driving in so hard, trying to make up time on entry that you lose that speed off the corner. And that's a lot of drivers do that. They'll go down, try to make up a lot of time on entry, and you lose the exit. And sometimes it's better just to back off a little bit earlier, let it roll a little bit, get back on the gas, and he does it right there on the tunnel turns. He's going to get a run on the 40 machine. So Alan Smith makes a really nice move there in the tunnel turn to get around the 40 if he can make it work through here. Oh, and Dana Shepard in the grass. problems for the 43 truck. And he's going to go down pit road. So Dana Shepard with some sort of issue. Not real sure what happened. We'll go back and check it out and see if we can maybe see. Go on the picture-in-picture and see what happened to Dana here. Coming out of the tunnel turn. Oh, yeah, gets a little bit of the wall, trying to get it off the wall. Goes down and smacks the inside wall, that safer barrier, and up against that safer barrier, he could definitely tell right away. And he tries to hit the access road, but not quite able to do it. Going to slide through the grass, and he's going to come down pit road and get that fast repair and back out on the track. So a little bit of trouble here for Dana Shepard. Going to be a first driver, I think, to go a lap down as he's got to come down pit road. But was having a great run up into that point. Okay, this battle, though, still rages on between Alan Smith and George Williams. We see Matt Rogers starting to pull away a little bit. We'll see if Alan can complete this pass, but George is doing a great job of fighting hard on the outside. You know, we've seen a couple drivers. It seems like the right move to do is just to get on the gas the best you can. Matt Rogers is going to make a mistake here and fall back to these guys, but it seems like the right move is just driving the corner and that high line being so dominant as Alan Smith gets a fantastic run. He's going to put a little pressure here on Matt, but it seems like if you can get down to the inside of somebody, gas it up, and do a little slide job on them off the corner, even if they get back down to the inside, the top has been so strong that you can kind of hold on to. Is Allen going to look down to the inside of Matt Rogers? He is getting greedy. He's like, I don't want just one position. I want two. And he's going to do it. He's going to pull it off. Let's see if Matt Rogers is going to have a run to maybe come back to him. He does. And Matt going to push the three instead of trying. Oh, he gets a little squirrely there. Not real sure what happened, but close call. So move Alan Smith up in the top 10. Able to take over 2 spots there at the end. You watch right here is Willie Evernham. A few laps ago, passes Chuck, and now here comes James Kunkel, and it's going to be no contest. As Kunkel with those tires, going to be able to pass through no problem. Kunkel was able to get around Kip Easley, who was leading this little group as they come down pit road, but Kunkel, who saw him get loose early, fell all the way to the back. Has been playing catch-up ever since. I think that 48 truck's going to be disappointed tonight because I think he had a truck that could easily run in the top 5. Now he has a pretty nice advantage. He may still make it up there. He's only got a couple trucks, and he's got 5-lap fresher tires. So the 48 definitely has plenty of time to run up there and pass that 88 and get in the top 5. But currently on the inside of Willie Evernham, I think those tires are doing him a lot of good as he is able to really pass drivers at will. So want to say definitely appreciate all the sponsors that we have here in Apex. Of course, Apex Sim Racing, Chuck Pegleg Felts, Low Cash Motorsports, Poman Motorsports, Kyle Roberts Handmade Leather, and of course, Kinder Farm and Ranch. We haven't really got a chance to watch Kip Easley go down to the inside of Chuck Felts. We haven't seen any wreckage rewinds that we can show off. For Kinder Farm and Ranch, we definitely appreciate them. Garrett not in the race tonight, so we don't know if Kevin Kinder and Ratchet Miller are watching, but still appreciate them, always supportive of this channel. Is man, Kip Easley with those tires, to see just how good they are. That 88 Walmart Chevrolet having no issue getting around the 91 machine, and now Chuck trying to put a little bit pressure back on the 91, really going to block off the turn, block the low side. 5 laps to go, but that's an eternity. I mean, these are almost 1 minute laps, so that's over 5 minutes, which is not an eternity, but it feels that way in sim racing, because at Bristol 5 laps is no time. but really, really long laps here. Chuck down to the inside, gonna try to retake this position. Not quite able to do it. Go up here and check in on Kunkel as he tries to continue his charge up to 5th place. Making Charles Stevens sweat a little bit. It looked like Kunkel had a bad lap there. I don't know if something happened. Might go back and see if I can figure it out because he fell all the way back. Fell all the way back to Kip Easley as he was really making up some time here. Well, look at it on the picture-in-picture, see exactly what happened to Kunkel. Off the corner, trying to run Charles Stevens down. And, just going to get a little bit of that wall. And that's enough to lose quite a bit of time. But he's starting to get it gathered back up and head back towards that 88. So that damage not too bad on the 48 machine. Just the tires so much better. You see he's already gained 3/10 this lap. And it's still gaining on that 88. So Charles Stevens in trouble. I don't think he's going to be able to hold these guys off. These new tires just a little bit too strong at the moment, especially as everyone else's tires starting to wear out as they cross over the 20-lap threshold on that set. Four laps to go. 70 laps at Pocono is a long race, but I have to admit these guys have really done a good job. I mean, this has been just over an hour and 15 minutes. I expected it to be almost 2 hours long, but no cautions other than the stage break has really helped with that. These cautions are extremely long, so just a great job by everybody. As Charles Stevens going to try to hold these guys off, but it's just going to be too much. The tire's too strong. Kunkel going to go down to the inside, and I don't think there's really much Charles Stevens can do here. I think he's going to end up losing that spot, and I think Kip's going to get one as well. Charles going to try a little crossover. He's going to fight it out. No reason to not fight it. Never know. We've seen Kunkel have a little slip up, so he might do it again. Charles Stevens gets a great run down the straightaway. He's going to hold on to that spot. Now Kunkel gets a better run as Charles really drove it deep down into turn 1 to try to clear him. So the 48 going to come back on the inside. A great battle here with just a few laps to go. And we'll keep an eye out, but Tracy Passon's about 1.7 seconds back from Chris Bedwell. Bedwell had a bad lap. Lost almost half a second to Tracy Passons, but the 48 should be able to clear him right here, and Kip Easley going to join the battle. Charles over the course of a couple laps is going to go from 5th probably to 7th. See Kunkel trying to defend the bottom as Charles gets a run. He wants to clear him. He knows if he can just keep him cleared, he's going to be able to have the position here, and he's going to be able to do it. So Charles is going to drive it deep into the corner. Kip going to get a nice run here. Not really able to get to the inside of him, though. Battle for the top 5, and Charles Stevens looks down to the inside, but he definitely wasn't there, and that's going to cause him to slip up, and Kip going to be able to get down to the inside here as they go down into turn number 3. And now that move was all that Kip Easley needed. I think Charles was trying sort of a desperate attempt there to get down to the inside. He definitely wasn't there. Going to try to maybe make a move here. Kip going to block him down into the corner. Really great racing, man. Good grief. I love to see this. It's like a cat and mouse game. I mean, Charles knows he doesn't have the tires to fight these guys, but just the way the track is running here tonight, it's been able to be a little bit racy, but Someone who has been racy and is going to take home the win. Ray Rogers is going to be your winner tonight as he crosses the checkered flag here at Pocono. Leads 56 out of 70 laps. Took the lead on lap 10 and really just never looked back. Class of the field, Ray Rogers, your winner. What a great race by him. Just a clinic. Bedwell comes home in second. And Tracy Passons in third. Well, yeah, just a great race. You know, as far as your jammed up award by Trigger Time, that's going to go to Chris McLean, who sped down pit road. Just unfortunate as he crosses the checkered flag here for 14th position. Definitely a disappointing day for the 5 machine. So he's going to be the Trigger Time jammed up award, as he's going to just let some frustration out and light those good years up. As far as the Hard Charger Award, that's going to go to James Kunkel. So congratulations to Kunkel, as he's going to be the Kyle Roberts Hard Charger, Kyle Roberts handmade leather. As you see Ray Rogers burning them down on the front stretch. While he's doing that, let's go look at the results and see where everybody finished. Ray Rogers, Chris Bedwell, Tracy Passons, your top 3. Alan Nash has a great run, almost the biggest mover of the race. He is going to come home in 4th position. In 5th is James Kunkel, who comes back after that, staying out pretty long on those tires, able to come back in and come back for a top 5. Kip Easley in 6th. Charles Stevens Jr. in 7th. 8th, Willie Evernham. Chuck Phelps in 9th. Alan Smith in 10th. Matt Rogers in 11th. 12th is George Williams. 13th, Tony Edgerton. Chris McLean, 14th. And 15th is Dana Shepard after hitting that wall and going down to the inside. So, pretty good race here tonight. I mean, I got to say, for a Pocono race with 15 drivers, that was about as good as it gets for the Apex Sim Racing.com 175 miles here tonight. And Ray Rogers is your winner. We'll try to get him in here pretty soon. We're going to talk to a few drivers. Before that, we're going to start with likely Tracy Passons as we wait for everybody to get into the waiting room. As soon as they do, we'll get them in here and chit chat with them. Well, all right. We'll get Tracy in here in just a second. Tracy Passons, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Going on, Eddie?
Man, what a great race by you. I mean, a fantastic starting position. You started on pole. You're the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. You fell back a little bit early. Talk a little bit about that first run before that stage break. And you fell back to about, I think, the 6th position. Talk about what you were struggling with there in that first run.
Learning how to save tires. I just can't do it, Eddie. It's hard for me to hold that throttle back when I need to.
Well, after the pit stops, though, you're able to figure something out because you were able to slowly, work your way up into the top 3, and then you kind of settled in 3rd place. I mean, just a fantastic recovery. You fell all the way back. It was really hard to pass, and then you somehow figured it out. So tell me, you say you learned how to save tires. Do you feel like you were successful in that? Did you feel the difference? What did you change up that you was able to do it?
Well, I backed my corners up at the beginning of the 2nd run and started backing up way back and just kind of taking it easy and maybe not driving as fast as I did on the first set of tires I had, and that kind of seemed to help a little bit.
Well, there at the end, you started to Chris Bedwell had a couple bad laps, and you started to reel him in, and you got within 2 seconds of him. What did you think you might have needed to maybe run him down at the end of this race?
Just a little bit more experience on saving tires, and you can't get it overnight. And that's one thing I've struggled with, and I just need to learn how to save tires just a little bit more.
Well, we definitely improved tonight. I know you wanted the win, but I always say every time you get an interview, that's a good night. So come away with a third place finish. Congratulations, Tracy, man. The floor is yours. Who you got to thank?
All my teammates over at Po Man and Apex for letting us use their name to put on a good series, and for you broadcasting and doing a good job every week. And we thank you for doing that.
Well, definitely appreciate that. All right, Tracy. Well, great run tonight. Great third place finish, and we'll see you next week.
All right, you ready to tell each other bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There you have it, Tracy Passons with that third position, and I know he's thrilled about that. So let's talk to your second place finisher, and that's Chris Bedwell. Let's get him up here and talk to him. Your points leader comes home in second place. Chris is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Well, man, didn't lead any laps tonight.
I didn't. I thought I did.
I don't show that you did, but you started about the 7th position. Not the best qualifying effort, but able to turn lemons into lemonade and able to get up towards the front. What exactly do you think you needed to maybe hold off Ray Rogers, or maybe what you think you might have needed to change? Because it seemed like you had the opportunity there when he got around you after that last pit stop to maybe make a move, and it seemed like you just kind of let him go, going it is what it is. What do you think you needed different to maybe get up there and battle for the win?
About a turn 3. I think we were pretty even in 1 and 2. Sometimes, we'd flip flop, but every lap, turn 3, he was better. He could just get in the corner better and get out of the corner better. He gave me a little chance when he smacked the wall. I think he was only like a 10th or 2 ahead of me, and I'm like, oh, there it is, and then he just drove off. But Ray's just a really good calculated driver. He just knows he always hits his marks, and he's hard to beat if you're not perfect too. So just needed a better turn 3. Just about everybody was beating me in 3. But 1 and 2, I felt like I was pretty good. Just needed a better 3.
Well, you had a tough qualifying effort, but you were one of the few drivers in that first stage that was able to make passes. What do you think was different that you were able to do that others weren't, to be able to complete those passes and get yourself in a position to start on the front row for the second stage?
Yeah, you had to set your pass up almost 5 corners ahead of time, sort of lay back and get your run and time your run just right. And the easiest way of passing everybody was on the outside. But if you were on the inside, you had to time it just right so you could get that run off the corner down the long straight and then clear them into the corner on the inside. But if you're on the outside, you could hold somebody up for laps upon laps upon laps, but nobody would give up the outside. So in the early stage, it was just timing the run, working the draft, setting it up. It was Pocono for me anyway. Some guys were able to do it better than I was, but it's all about corner exit, not corner entry. Corner exit allows you to carry that speed down the long straights, and then if you run your entry too deep into the corner, you're going to lose your straightaway speed.
Well, it came up a little bit short, but you're still extremely fast. I said Ray Rogers was kind of in his own tier, and so were you. I think you were, if Ray Rogers is S tier, you were definitely A+ tier tonight, and then the rest of the field kind of fell into an A- tier. So you definitely had something over most of the folks. Just Ray was just a little bit faster, but having to come up through the field, having a great pit stop, had to battle with Chris McLean there to get around him after that restart and still come home in second. As the points leader, that is always a good day. So congratulations again on second place. And as always, man, who you got to thank?
I got to thank the team. Checked Out Racing, George Williams, Tony Edrington, Dana Shepard, and our Phantom Chris Curl, if he ever decides to come back and race with us. But yeah, that's always a fun Thursday night with them. And you for broadcasting, and Apex for sponsoring the league, and Aaron for everything he does, and the other admins tonight for stepping in.
Well, there you have it. Second place finisher, Chris Bedwell, going to retain the points lead. Just been a very solid driver all season long and just continues that trend. Second place. I mean, wins are great, but, when you want to be a champion, you got to have these days where you finish well. And Chris does it better than anybody else. Well, let's get him in here. We know we want to talk to Ray Rogers. And we talked to him at the end of stage 1, and now we're going to talk to him at the end of stage 2. Ray, this is Eddie in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, I said at the beginning of the race, you're kind of like a cat. You like to play with your food before you eat it. You got up there and you was playing around with these guys early, but once you got ahead, it was just on. And you were able to pull away without much issue. Even with the undercut of Chris Bedwell, you were able to get back around him and just pull away and win by over 4.3 seconds. So congratulations on a victory. I keep saying on the broadcast, if Ray Rogers just starts up front, he's going to win a bunch of races. And tonight it was, I like how I'm taking credit for your win, but you started up front and you were you were the class of the field. Talk a little bit about that last run. You felt like you were pretty strong, but Chris Bedwell does do the undercut, pits a lap before you. Were you concerned about how difficult it was going to be to get back around him? Did you feel confident? How did you feel going into to that last little run when he got ahead of you?
Well, when I seen him go into the pits, I knew I had to pit the next time around. I couldn't wait 2 or 3 laps because he would have just been long gone. So when we came out, know he went around me, but when he went around me, I just knew I wouldn't be able to get back around him because before that run there, he maintained about 1.5, 1.4 seconds behind me. So he was maintaining pace with me. So I knew if I ever got in front of me, I did not think I would be able to get around him. But I got one heck of a run there. I got underneath him on the front stretch, and I just drove it in there, hoping I can get in front of him and make it stick, and it stuck, and that was the end of it.
Well, we've already talked to you a bunch today, so I've asked all the questions that I know to ask just about your driving style tonight. But talk a little bit about Apex, coming in here and just having fun, man. These trucks, slinging them around, having a good time. What is it about this league that keeps you coming back?
It's just the people. I mean, it's so much different than going and racing in other leagues and stuff like that. Because if just say you go in here and you get into somebody, you accidentally wreck them. They're not all over your case. They're not cussing you out for everything you're worth. It's just everybody knows that people make mistakes, and it's just a lot of fun to be able to come in here and race hard. And if that happens, they're not mad at you. It's just a fun league to be around, and I just love it. I mean, I missed some races this season, but I will come back as long as Aaron has it up and running.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, Ray Rogers, stage 1 winner and the race winner. I mean, you took it all tonight, got a little greedy, and just took everybody's money. So congratulations, Ray Rogers, man. As always, who you got to thank? Sponsors, shout-outs, friends, family.
Just my family, my wife, she lets me come in here and do my thing in here, and she don't bother me. And so I appreciate that. It's my little getaway in this room. You obviously, like always, appreciate you coming in here and broadcasting because I love to go back and watch it. Apex for sponsoring the series, Aaron for putting it on. I know Garrett Kinder Farms is in there. They don't have a list of sponsors in there for me to go by. So if I miss anybody, I apologize. But thanks to all the sponsors that allow this league to move forward.
Well, there you have it. Ray Rogers, your winner here tonight at Pocono. Led 56 laps here tonight out of 70. That's just a dominant performance. Started outside the front row and comes home with the victory. So, man, just a great performance out of him. And we had some really good battles all race long. And so, even though Ray kind of took off and left the field, we still had some great racing all throughout the field. Got to see James Kunkel, Kip Easley come up through the field, Chuck Phelps, Alan Smith getting that top 10, battling real hard. Some drivers having some tough nights, but all in all, just a fantastic race. But yeah, I just want to thank all of our sponsors. We'll go over them again. I'll show them on the screen because didn't get a chance to show all of them. But as always, definitely got to thank Apex Sim Racing for their contribution to this series. Go check them out, apexsimracing.com. Go buy a button box. Go buy a switch. If you want to turn your air conditioner on with a rocker switch, I say do it. I think you ought to for sure. Chuck Pegleg with the pole award that went to Tracy Passons. Your starting grid by Low Cash Motorsports, and we're currently in the post race show presented by Poman Motorsports. Your Hard Charger Award by Kyle Roberts Handmade Leather. Trigger Time Jammed Up Award. And, hey, I think that's it. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know. Leave a comment. Y'all are really y'all are active in chat, but it definitely helps me know what I need to do better. Send me a message. Leave a comment. Let me know how we're doing. If you're not subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed the first broadcast for the brand new V-Speed Racing Network. So definitely go check out V-Speed and V-Speed 2. We got a lot of broadcasts that are going off, a lot of different races. Want to thank Adam, Bradley, Alec, all the guys who put in a lot of work and do a lot of really cool things here at V-Speed, and I want to appreciate them for bringing me on, allowing me to be a part of what they're doing and be an asset to them. So really enjoy that. I want to thank Aaron Adcock for putting on this series, and hey, great race. We'll see y'all next week. I think we're at I want to say we're at Worldwide Technology Raceway. No, Richmond. Oh, Richmond for the cutoff race for the playoffs. So apologize about that. But yeah, so that is going to be a blast. We'll check the points as they get updated. They'll be in Discord. We won't have live points, but Bedwell's still going to hold on to that top spot. But it's still anybody's championship. Somebody could win, get in, and it could all change. But great race. Thank y'all, everybody, and we will see y'all next week at Richmond. Y'all have a great night.